Hey everybody, Marco here, and welcome to another pencil mark video. Today I'm going to do another World Puzzle Championship puzzle. Actually no, this is Grand Prix, I should say. This is from the 7th round of 2022, Slovakia and Czechia. They had these pairs of puzzles where you first have the regular vanilla puzzle, and then you have a special variant of that puzzle type. The one I'm going to be looking at today is Araf, which is a puzzle type made fairly recently by Serkan Yürekli. It's, I think, based off of the word for purgatory in Islam. And it is sort of fitting for this puzzle type because, I mean, purgatory is between heaven and hell, and here you divide the regions so that two numbers are in each region and the size of the region is between the two numbers. So for example, this region at the top left here, it's got 2 and a 4 and it is size 3. It is also fitting because this puzzle type can feel like purgatory itself. It does have greater than and less than rules here, but I don't think the actual puzzle that we're going to be doing today has those signs, so we don't have to pay attention to that. The anti-araf here is also interesting because basically it's just saying we have to do the exact opposite. So if the numbers are, let's say, 1 and 5 here, in Araf, the region would have to be size 2 to size 4. Here, it can't be size 2 to size 4, so it would have to be 1 or 5 or higher, for example. That is going to be really weird, so let's see how the puzzle works here. I've ported these two over to PC Plus because I like night mode. And yeah, let's unpause. Of course, I did have to take a look at these puzzles while copying them over, but I haven't looked at them too much. Of course, the first thing we can do for regular Araf is I mean, the size of the regions has to be between the two numbers, so we cannot have two numbers which are exactly the same. I mean, first of all, two numbers which are exactly the same or one apart. This 8 here is kind of constrained because it has to either go down here or it goes across here. Other than that, the opening deduction is pretty difficult to spot here. We actually have a lot of clues in this puzzle. This is... yeah, just checking here. It does look like the numbers from 2 to 11 each appear 4 times in these rectangles. It's 40 clues. So that does mean that the region size is going to be an average-ish of 5. That should still be fine, I think. Wait, actually, is it? I think this is the thing. Yeah, okay, this makes sense. I think the big opening deduction that you're supposed to see for this puzzle is that we're somehow supposed to get all these numbers into different regions that total 100 cells. You have 4 different 2 numbers which go into a region that is 3 or larger. Yeah, you have 2 4 times, you have 3 4 times, you have 4 4 times, you have 5 4 times, you have 6 4 times, and they each go into a region that's one larger, so 3 4 5 6 7, and those average out to 5. So actually the regions have to be, for this puzzle specifically, have to be minimal. Right. If we did something like pair up an 8 and a 10, which would equal in a size 9 region, we cannot pair up the other numbers in such a way so that the total number is 100 is 100. It's always going to be higher. Wow. Okay, so in other words, we cannot pair 2, 3, 4, 5, 6s up with each other. They each have to go with one that's 7 or higher. And in the same way, we cannot pair 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 with each other. It's going to be way too big. So this 8 needs to connect to something smaller. Can it go around the top? No. Because this would connect to... If it connects to this 5, that is a size 7 region. That is too big for the 5, because 5s need to be in size 6 regions for minimalism. Going to the 6, that makes it 8 cells, so that's also impossible. So I think the 8 goes around here. It's got to connect either to the 6 and then take 2 more cells to make a 7 region, or it goes down to the 5 and that's it. Yeah, okay. The 7 has to go out to the right. It can't connect to the 9 or the 11 here. It goes down here. Oh yeah, now the 6 is locked in, so the 6 goes out to the left and connects with the 8. 9 has to go out like this. 10 has to go out here. So the 9 either connects with the 5 or it connects with the 6. Either way, this has to be walled, so we have our size 7 region over here. The 7 here, connecting with the 2 is going to make it a size 4 region. That is not minimal, so we go down here to the 4 and we go down one more to make a size 5 region. This 10 here, we can't wall this off because then we have a region that's too small, so this definitely goes down. That means this 11 connects with the 2 over here and makes a size 3 region. Connecting the 10 and the 5 breaks, so we have to go from the 10 to the 4 and get our 5 region like this. This 5 goes up, this 6 has to go to the right. 7 goes down. Oh yeah, we said 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, so the 7 cannot connect to the 11. It's got to be like so. Here we have our size 7 region at the top. Oh yeah, let's make our walls here between the large numbers and the small numbers. This one is actually alternating between large and small. But here we can do walls between the 2, 6 and the 2, 5. Wall here. Wall here. And here. This 5 definitely needs to connect with something big, so it cannot touch the 2. It has to go around. And making a size 6 region, I think that is perfect to connect to the 9 here, and it has to take the corner. We can't have an isolated corner here, so that's perfect. This goes down here. and we have to make a size 3 region, so it takes the 10. That's good for this corner. The 3 is going to be a part of a size 4 region. 2s are part of a size 3 region. Oh, this 2. Right. It's got to connect to a large number within 2 spaces away from itself, so it could do this in a regular RF, but we want the 5 to be a part of a 6 region, so that's not going to work. This breaks, the only number it can connect to is this 8 over here. This 3, I think, has to connect to the 8 because it cannot connect to a larger number in 3 spaces away from itself. This 3, it can go with the 11, it can go with the 10 here. The 2 can go with the 10 or the 11. Oh, but if this 3 goes with the 11, where does the 6 go to? We established that it has to go to an 8 or 8 to 11. But if this connection happens here, it's sort of in a dead end. It can only connect to the 5 or the 4 because this 8 is taken by the 3. So this 3 has to connect to the 10, and we have our 4 region here. Wait, I said 2 connects to the 11, but it can also connect to the 9. That's not given yet, right? I think we do have a break if the 2 goes to the 9, though. Just making this a trial here. If that means the 11 goes down here, it has to go to the right here. The 9 goes like so. This 11 would have to connect to the 4, but then it has to take one more cell, which sort of locks in the 9. That breaks. So the 11 is in fact taken by the 2. I think, yeah, just in general, in the same sort of way, if this 11 takes the 4, what does the 9 even reach? Like, the only other small number it could reach is this 3, but it takes up way too much space for that. So I think the 9 and the 4 are linked. That means this 11 needs to connect to the 5. The 7 needs to connect to the 3. This 10 goes out here. I think it's got to take the 6. The 11-5 region here, going up, I think it can only take 2 cells like this, making the 9 go around here, and making the 2-11 take one more down here. So we do have to go to the left one. This 9 needs to connect to something which I think it's got to be the 6 here. Needs size 7, so we definitely go down one more since we can only go up one. Yeah, we're restricted to one more, and that either goes to the left here or up here. This 11 now goes down to the 5, and then it's got to take 4 more. So we got that. And I think that does give us our regions over here. This forward now goes around like so. And I think we have completion now. Awesome. Wow. That was, I mean, that was definitely an Arab logic, but that initial break-in is much harder than conventional. Wow. I don't even know if these ratings do anything, but yeah, let's go for, this is the anti-araf now. It's got 50 circles, which means 25 regions of an average size of 4. I see this one here. It's surrounded by a bunch of 5s. So whatever 1-5 region it is, it has to be, because it's anti-araf, it's got to be size 5 or bigger. So like this is fine. This here is fine. Also taking this cell is fine as well to make it 6. We can also take that. That's going to be okay as well. Hmm. The most restrictive thing here is if a small number connects with a big number. So for example, this 9, I don't see this 9 connecting with a 1 because then we have this as the max size region. And that's size 8. I think the only regions the 9 can connect to, I mean, the only other numbers that the 9 can connect to are the 2s on the outside. So this would be fine, for instance, because it is size 9. I think that is the maximum region size that any of the circles in this puzzle are going to reach. I mean, if you take 2 circles and then get the maximum region out of those, that it's going to be 9. It's either that or the same thing sort of rotated like so. Or like so. So that is the big number. That is the biggest number here though, so I am tempted to think that this is the intended break-in. If we had it around this way, this one has to go down here. I don't think it can connect to the 6 because then we end up with a size 3 or size 4 region. So it would have to go like this and touch that one. Now the 6 is going to break because we either touch the 1 or we touch the 2, and in both cases it is a valid RF region that does not work for anti. So let's do it like so. We know these walls are going to exist. It's just a matter of, are we going to have this or are we going to have that? The 2 here, I think it can connect to the 1 fine. If it connects to the 4, it needs to take one more to break the araf rule. The 6 here. I think going down here is fine. But if it goes up to the 2, going up to the 2 does not work because then it's size 3 with a maximal size of 5. That does not work for anti, so it would have to go down here. The 6 here, I think the only valid thing for that to do is to connect to the 4. This 2 would have to connect to the 5 and take maximal stuff. This is just looking like a regular solution in here. I may be bifurcating too far. Is there anything we can do just with this wall setup? I think this 6 definitely goes up, right? This 6 being surrounded by the ones and 2s, it's gotta move at least 2 spaces to connect to one of those 2 numbers, and then it needs to grow to at least size 6. Connecting with this one gives it a shape like that, which breaks because it's isolating this 1. So it cannot connect to this. Connecting to this 2 is fine. I think it needs to take a shape like this in order to let the 1 escape, but then it also isolates this 1 again. If we connect to this 1, that breaks because it only reaches 5 cells at most. Connecting to this 1 gives it a maximum of 6 like this. So actually, yeah, we just straight up have a deduction here that the only possible case is this 6 connecting to this 2, which this 1 needs to connect to something else, so it goes down here to this 1. And this now needs to maximize its size. So now we have 6. 2s and 1s need to connect to something else, so they make this region. The 3 goes out. It can still connect to either 4, and that's going to be fine because they're 2 consecutive numbers, so they can take any size, really. Now this 1 needs to go up, and that means we can no longer have this weird shape for the 9. So that actually fixes our 9 rotation, and let's get the thing that I tried to demonstrate earlier to lead to a break, which was actually just the legit answer to the puzzle. The 6 cannot go up to the 2. If it connects to the other 6, then the 3 can't connect to anything, so it goes down. And since it can't be 6 or larger, it has to be 3 or smaller. The 6 goes up. Connecting to the 2 gives a valid araf, so for anti-araf it goes up to the 4, and then it stays 4 or under. This 2 goes up. It would have to connect to this 5 to get to a region that is 5 or bigger, since it can be 2 or smaller. 5 goes up. Size 5 region get. Now with this 1, I guess it's going to lead to a size 5 region, right? Because it either connects with this 5 to give us that, F pentomino, or we get this Y pentomino, like so. Either way, I think we can make a wall here. I think that goes back to this one here. If it goes, the one has to, if it connects to 5, it has to be like size 5 or bigger, right? If we go up here, so this one connecting to this 5 doesn't work. It would have to go here to make a size 5 region, but that also isolates this 5. So we actually just straight up cannot go up with this one. We have to make the F pentomino. This 5 goes up now. I don't think it can connect to the 1 because then we get a max 4. So this 5 connects to that 5. This 1 goes to the 5, and we need a 5 size there. 2 goes out here. Connecting to the 2's fine, connecting to the 1's fine. 5 is fine if we get 2 more cells. What else have we got here? 1 goes out. 1 cannot connect to the 5 because we have max 4. I don't know if I see obvious things here. Right, in this corner here, we either have a 6 or a 5, which is going to try to make another region with a 1 in it. I'm going to assume it's the 5 just for constraints. But look, if it is the 6, it cannot connect to this one because it would make a max 4. If it cannot connect to this because it would make a max 5. So actually the only way we disambiguate this is by connecting the 6 to this 5 and this 5, making a max 5 region like so. That gives us this pair of connections, that pair of connections. This 2, it can't connect to this 5 because the region size is max 4. Same thing here. So we actually have a connection between the 2 and the 4 here. This 5 connects to the 3. We can either leave that as is or make a 5. Let's see how the rest goes. This 5 here, connecting it to the 2 would make a size 3 or size 4 region, so that fails. That connects to the 6. This 2 and 4 connection, it needs to be at least 1 more, so it satisfies anti-araf. Now we cannot make this a 5, so it turns into a 3. 2 has to connect to something. We're very close. We just need one last little bit to get this top left corner. I did see something interesting with this 4. If it connects to the 2, I have a very useless pencil mark here, right? If we mark this here, this can either go down or it can go up. It can't do both. And if it does one, it just makes a size 3 region, which does not work with the 4. So it goes like this. Actually, let me explain this a different way. I do not think this 1 can connect to this 5 because this is the only solution for that, and it forces the 4 and the 2 to make a size 3 region. So we have a wall here making this 1 connect to this 4. We get a size 4 region here. The 2 connects to the 5, which means we have to expand it to 5. This 5 goes out here. For parity, I think the 2 needs to connect to either the 4 or the 5 down here. If it connects to the 5, we have a maximum region size of 4, so that's not going to fly. So the 2 goes to the 4 here and gets 1 more at the top. The 5s connect, the 4 and the 3 connects, that's fine. This 2 goes up here. Connecting to the 5 would be bad, so the 5 connects to the 3, and the 2 connects to the 4 here. Awesome. I think that is our solution. I can't check it, of course, because variant rules. But yeah, I do believe this is the correct solution for anti-araf. So that's it for me today. Thanks you so much for watching, and I hope this helped you out a little. Araf is a very, very tricky genre, and it is always a challenge. But that is kind of what makes it really fun, though, finding all these connections. I do, yeah, enjoy my time solving these. And yeah, see you next time. Thanks for watching. I still don't know how to end videos.